Welcome and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I know that you have not seen my face for a while, but there's no better time to return than Black History Month. Yes! This month is all about truth, growth, and reclaiming our narrative. I've got some big goals that I want to share with you guys, and we're going to get into some real conversations. Because let's be honest, we've been lied to about what it truly means to be Black, and we have been continuously reclassified throughout the years. It's time to set the record straight. So if you're ready for eye-opening discussions, motivation, and a whole lot of truth, stick around with me this month. Let's get into it.
Only been a few hours, but it felt like days. Only been days, but it felt like months. Been gone for a year, only know like once. Life moves fast when you're doing what you want.
So what is up, y'all? I told you guys that I've taken a step back because I've been working on my childcare business, Felix Prairie Academy, which I'm so excited that is going to be launching. Outside of the childcare business, I also have been writing ebooks, and I will be launching a course this month about how to repair your credit. Because if you don't have good credit, like, you just aren't gonna go too far. And so that's why I'm getting more so into the credit space. This is something that I understand. This is something that I've been studying. Not only have I been studying it and I'm passionate about it, but it has really applied to my life. Coming from Las Vegas, I don't know if you guys know, but I lived in Las Vegas. I was a single mom. I was doing good for a long time until I wasn't. Vegas took a very strong hit. Everybody in Vegas was gig workers and there was no work. So I was maxing out credit cards and developing a lot of debt and had to come back to Minnesota. And I realized that I could actually get great credit and this would change my life. No one in my life told me about credit. I was just told, like, you need a certain credit score. I was never explained on how to build good credit, why you need good credit, how you can leverage debt, none of that. So I just took it upon myself for this break that I haven't been on social media while I'm building my business and business credit to figure out consumer law and to do my due diligence. And now, since I have an understanding, my credit score is at good credit, I can write a course, an ebook, give back to those. This is just my small donation to the community. I'm all about that. My childcare is going to be giving back to the community. The credit course is going to be giving back to the community. I don't just want it to be sell, sell, sell anymore. It doesn't sit right in my spirit. I am a true person of each one, teach one. And that's what I stand behind. I'm not too much about the internet clout, the internet fame. The more people who I can reach would be the better, but I don't really care about this clout thing. I've truly shed the skin of wanting to blow on social media and truly just wanting to give back my expertise, because oh my gosh, I know there's so many of you that you may not want to admit it because it is a humbling subject, but your credit probably is not at its best. And guess what? I have the solution for you, and I'm going to offer a course, which of course will cost money. It's not going to be in a ridiculous amount. I'm not selling the courses and the ebooks to pay my bills. It's truly just something I have to give back because I needed the information and I'm gonna give it back to y'all. So that's one of the things that I have been studying. And on top of studying consumer law, in the midst of that, in the midst of learning, I figured out and I just confirmed, doubled down and confirmed that we as Black people have been misclassified over and over and over and over again because we are not Black. We are brown. First of all, that is, why are we saying that we're Black and we're not Black? No one's Black. We're all a derivative of the color brown. So that's already a mind game. Learning the truth about my roots has been so powerful. I do not identify with being African American. I am an American Indian. I am an indigenous person of this land. I am a copper-colored Indian of this land. It's got me thinking so differently about my identity, our history, just overall the bigger picture. So I do want to say everything that I'm stating is literally a Google search away. You can go to anywhere and just Google it. Just Google it. It's just, let's think about this. If you have an op, right? You have a girl who you don't like, and somebody can manipulate you into thinking something so you don't truly have the confidence and know who you are. Why would you believe said person? If you know said person is a liar and they've done nothing but lie to you and hinder you every single time you try to come up, why would you believe said person? That's what it is with the history and that is in our schools. The critical race theory is that. It is a theory. It is not fact. For generations, many Black families have been told that our ancestors were bought from Africa. But I want you to think, what if that's not the true story? What if said person made you think you're from a different place so you wouldn't want to claim what is right here? that is actually truthfully and rightfully yours? What if many of us were already here, living as indigenous people before colonization even came around here? Historical records show that native tribes, the indigenous people of these American lands, were dark-skinned members, copper-colored toned, who looked just like us. Yet over time, census records, government policies, and systemic reclassification, think about that, systemic reclassification, has mislabeled us indigenous people, y'all. We were Negro, colored, black, and then African American. Why? Because by us recognizing our true heritage would mean to be acknowledging our true history. And why would they want to do that? So let's just break down of how it happened. I know this is random, but I have to get this off my chest moving forward so you guys can know. My last name is African because my grandmother married an African man from Nigeria. But my family is from Nebraska and my father's family is from Mississippi, and they came up through the Trail of Tears. Natives, misclassified. The U.S. government, through policies like the Indian Removal Act and the Dawes Rolls, remember that, erased like all of the indigenous people's true identities. If your ancestors refused to relocate or assimilate into white society, they are often labeled as black. Many of our tribal lands were stolen, y'all, and entire bloodlines were erased from the official records. Like, really did us dirty. Even today, some of the tribes don't even recognize certain native black descendants because of the forced reclassification. So when you hear Trump talking about Native Americans not being Native American, a lot of the Native American were nomadic Asiatic people that came here and got to buy their, as you would say, $5 Indian status, be classified, sign treaties, and get this said land because we were classified as black. And we're constantly trying to pull ourselves up from our bootstraps. Haven't you ever heard your grandparents say, "Oh girl, you got that Indian hair. Oh, you got that Indian hair. You look Indian, Pocahontas." Haven't you heard that? There's a reason. What I want you to do, rather than getting a DNA test, is get a genealogy chart. Trace your ancestry. Dig into the history. Check old census record. Dawes Rolls. A lot of your ancestors are listed as Indian, and I'm not even playing with you. And then, once you say Indian, I want you to check the next generation, and I bet you it says Negro. Reclassified, confusing us, not letting us know what was going on. So many numerous towns burned down. All of our history burned because why would they want us to know that this is really our land and then reclassify and mess our brains up and just start our history from saying that we're slaves? And everybody wasn't a slave. A lot of us were Indians and prisoners of war that were battling with people. Let's not forget the battles and the treaties that were not honored. A lot of us were captured and taken as slaves because we're prisoners of war from losing said battles against people who had guns. We've been lied to for too long, y'all. I'm sick of us focusing on the wrong thing. This is a time for unity and coming together. Of course, it's not always going to be freaking rainbows and gumdrops. Of course not. But at the end of the day, we really need to band together and let this stuff come to the light. The truth is truly out there. I'm not just talking. It's a simple Google search, and I will leave some links for you guys to go ahead and research and derive your own interpretation of what I'm talking about. If I don't talk about this, I won't be able to sleep at night. Do I want to come on here and have this controversial subject saying that we're not African Americans and we've been lied to? No, I don't. I would rather just talk about makeup. I would, but I can't because I've been shown something and this is my channel and you probably have never even heard this theory and I have to present it. This is literally just the beginning of the conversation. I want y'all to do your homework and I want you to leave some comments about what you found. We have to honor our ancestors and what we've been through. We have to bind together, y'all. It's not always a competition. Always, it's not. It needs to be coming together and binding together and stop focusing so much on consumerism. There, I said it. Like, how much stuff do y'all need? How much shitting on people do you need to do? Like, I understand there's a certain point, but outside of the consumerism, what are we doing with the consumerism? What are we doing with it? How are we helping our communities? How? That is what I'm focused on from this point out. That is also going to be one of my goals for the month of February. Not just spreading that, the message that we should take a deeper dive into our history, our genealogy, and things of that nature, but also supporting as many Black-owned, indigenous-owned companies that I can. If we are going to focus on consumerism, why not pour our finances back into our communities? Why isn't that cool? Why is it not cool to support your local freaking person who sells makeup? Why is it not cool to support your friend who's selling stuff? Like, Why do we have to go spend thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to prove to people who don't truly even like us that we have it? Listen, just have broken away from the stigma. There's nothing wrong with a nice little, designer piece of quality material. I'm talking silk, suede, real leather. But for a cotton t-shirt that says Gucci on it, like, get the fuck out of my face with that. I'm done with it. Maybe it's just the place that I am in my life. I'm in Aries. I'm very outspoken. This is kind of unfiltered, and I'm just telling y'all where I'm coming from. I'm just sick of it. I want to see our people win for real. I want to see our people win for real. Like, for real. And the information ain't that hard to comprehend. And a couple of dollars here and there, or a little bit of support here and there can really help somebody. Why not do that? So I'll be pouring back into the Black community as I always do, but more so than ever, okay? I also will be sticking to my gym routine, whatever, like, I don't know. I don't know what else to say about that. I like going to the gym. Gives me mental clarity. Also, just focusing on launching my courses and ebooks before the end of this month. Very excited for that. I do hope that y'all support me. If you need some of the information, it's not hogwash. And it's not no weird stuff. Like, I've been a victim of buying into someone's like course, and they were just straight up fraud. And like, us buying into the course was paying her bills, and like, I'll never forget that, so I'll never be that person. Also, I will be focusing on being consistent. Oh my God, like, it's been so hard to be consistent on social media. It is a very busy season of my life, and I'm so sick of feeling guilty that I can't be consistent. So it's just like one or the other. Either I'm going to do it or I'm not. How you do one thing is how you do everything. So if I can't show up and get consistent content out, at least, that's just how I'm going to do everything. And that's not what I have for myself. But there are some seasons that require silence. I am just, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm back on it. Like, y'all, I used to be thugging it out with this social media, and I always felt like I never, I'll be editing and get like 6 likes, and takes a toll on people mentally. It's like, no matter what I do, I never could break past a certain threshold. But now it's not even about breaking past a certain threshold, because what I'm going to be creating is evergreen content that is going to help somebody. So I don't have to feel like I'm a failure by not seeing the numbers. And I love y'all, and I look forward to growing with you guys. I keep like shedding my skin. Like, it's the year of the snake. I do feel like I have shed so many skins, and now we are actually going to emerge and show what was underneath. Okay? Mwah! Sending you so much love, strength, okay? And I will see y'all here in my next video. Bye.